Okay, hi everybody. Welcome to doTERRA and Essential Living with Kara. My name is Kara Blattman-Rock. I'm the founder of doTERRA in Israel and also now local in New Mexico, Colorado, and creating a nice, healthy doTERRA community here. I am presenting today with Ariela Halevi. And she is the co-creator of Soul Purpose or Soul Centered. And sorry, last week it was Mindset on Purpose. So it's all this theme of like empowering ourselves, empowering women, empowering human beings to identify and be clear with their authentic self, um, and your purpose and why you're put on this planet and what you're sharing and what you're inspiring. And so today, Ariela and I have this common passion for chakras and helping people, all human beings, but it seems like we identify and mostly are educating women how to be aware of those energy centers and from a feminine aspect. So Ariela has a beautiful class on the sacred body, and I added the feminine sacred body to our title since we're teaching together today. And so Ariela is going to teach us the it's a two-part series. So today's part one, so that we can cover half the chakras today and the other half next week, so we don't have to rush through all 7 of them. So we'll cover 3 today, and how bringing our awareness to those chakras and specifically the feminine qualities of those and how they present as our unique selves and our bodies. And then we'll combine the chakra with an oil and a visualization. So I'm excited for the class. Again, to introduce you to Ariela, she is a dear friend of mine. We knew each other in Israel. Now we're both stateside. She's in Colorado. I'm in New Mexico. So we're on the same time zone. And she's going to take us into an introduction of the chakras. Just to remind you who she is, we had a recording a few weeks back, and she's the co-creator and healing guide in the center Soul Centered, and it's helping women in the afternoon of life, so those of us that are 40 and above, to rediscover and let go of any blocks that's really keeping us from living our life on purpose and living our purpose. So this is Ariela, everybody. I love her. She's beautiful, and she's going to guide us through the first part of the sacred body and the chakras.
Thank you, Kara. It's so nice to be here again with all of you. And thank you for that nice introduction. So we're going to jump right in. So the Sacred Body Program, by the way, I'm going to put a couple links in the chat more towards the end, so you'll have some information. But the Sacred Body Program that I offer, but also that we are doing together today with Kara, is an invitation. Now, it's interesting because I'm going to talk about it from an Israeli perspective and an American perspective, but I'm going to start with the general. It's an invitation to look at your body and see your body in a different way, more than I am my body, more than I am my skin, more than I am the weight I carry, more than I am what people see. And this is an invitation to discover that the energy inside of your body stores, so the chakras are energy, and the energy inside of our body stores wounds, traumas, joys, excitement, your first birth, your marriage, your divorce, on all the wounds and joys in between those. Our bodies are like messengers. And when we don't tend to our bodies in ways that are loving and connecting, our bodies begin to speak. There's a great book. It's called Your Body, I think Your Body Speaks. And our bodies really do speak. They're not just, a lot of us live from the neck up, and really our bodies, and you know this because you work with oils, you put oils most likely on your body, and you help other people connect to their bodies. But so it's more than just putting oils on your muscles. It's removing the blocks and that prevent us from being who we truly are. And really, that is why I use oils. I use oils every day. I go to bed and my husband's like, you have like 20 different smells going on. And why? Because there's a purpose. There's a reason why I use them. It's to open my chakras and to unblock me and to live my sacred purpose. And so when we start seeing the body more as a sacred home for the soul, then we can start treating our body kinder. So I want to talk about Israeli versus American, because Kara and I both have lived, we've experienced both cultures. And this is generalized, so please don't take offense, or this is just what I've experienced, what I've seen, and what I've personally experienced. So in Israel, there's this beautiful awakening that one can have, because in Israel, you are not your body. You are your neshama, your soul. And your body takes you along, and sometimes you forget you have a body, because a lot of us just are so involved in our holiness and our soul. And what's beautiful coming from America then going to Israel is that for the first time ever, I experienced living in my body fully and not caring what it looked like and not worrying about it as much. It was so freeing. So Israelis do it right. I mean, really. And it's beautiful the way that we don't see what you look like. We see who you are. And America is still catching up to that. And for those of us that live in America, I struggled with body dysmorphia for years because I felt unworthy. And I turned on my own body as a way to control my world, because my world felt out of control. But there's a lot of focus in America on the shape of your body, the size of your body, doing this certain diet or being on this certain health plan so that you can fit into your genes and fit into this and that. And so what I'd like to do is kind of take this, by the way, so in Israel, the challenge is sometimes we have neglected our bodies because we're focused on the beauty of our neshamas, our souls. We have neglected that we even have a body. So for the feminine aspect, we want to join these two, American and Israeli cultures, and we want to be that blend of this divine feminine being. And so let's go into the chakras and let's explore this from a place of, I have a body, it is here for a reason, or I wouldn't be on this earth. And it needs me, it needs connection, and it holds me. And sometimes it rages at me if I don't pay attention to it. And I'm not just the body. I am the soul, and my body is a home for my soul. So either way, we have to meet in the middle and treat our body with love. So let's go into the first chakra. The first chakra is the root chakra. The root chakra, I know you've done this with Kara, so I'm not going to go deep into the details of the root chakra, but the root chakra is about rooting and grounding. When we look at it as a focus of building love in our bodies, it's really about your foundation. So the three chakras we're going to deal with today make up your physical body. The next ones next week are I like, because it's like spiritual and open, and this is the stuff of life right here. The root chakra often, when it's blocked, can cause protective weight gain. You know, when I call it the four roots. The four roots are strong emotions that we have that causes our bodies to go into complete blocking. The four roots are guilt, shame, doubt, and fear. So let's not think for a second that our body feels all those things when we feel those things. And we are human, so I know you've felt this before. So the challenge is when we are in those four roots, then we get heavy. We feel like the world is heavy, and we're not able to really ground into the earth and feel that foundation. We don't often feel secure in our body For some of us that have had trauma or don't feel connected or alive in our body, um, we often just kind of block off the fact that we have a body. Especially for women, this pelvic region is really a sacred place. And often we have forgotten that it is sacred because a lot of us either forget it or we block it. You know, we just kind of have our babies and we see it as this is the chakra, this and the second one is where we produce. And it's so opposite. This root chakra is our little world. When our foundation is shaken by poor body image, we may feel like we're not enough or we don't feel safe in the world. So learning how to trust yourself and feel safe inside of your body allows healing in this root chakra to occur. And it also creates a deeper bond for your body. So we will do some exercises in a moment after Kara talks about the oils, but to really focus on those 4 roots as prominent emotions that block our foundation. If you ever feel lightheaded and you feel like you're just so anxious, you can't hold still, you can't ground, your root chakra is where to go. It grounds you into this physical part of the world and your physical body. So I could go on and on, but Kara, do you want to add some oils to this section?
Let me unmute. Okay. So the oil that we're going to use for chakra, for the first chakra, is well, I want to first just explain why essential oils are such a great combination with the energy systems or the chakras. So one of the books that I love is, my background is Ayurveda, so it's Ayurveda and aromatherapy, and chakras is, you know, the whole concept of chakras is starting to become world knowledge and international knowledge, but it's based in the Vedas, which is the world of Ayurveda and yoga. And so essential oils, so the chakras vibrate. They work on this vibration or this resonance in the body. And so essential oils also have a vibration, the plant's essence. And so they assist in tuning or awakening that vibration in the different levels of the chakras. So they assist in awakening, healing, if there's a trauma there or a block. And there's just this natural innate energy, and they mimic each other. So if they're in the lower chakra, if it's not vibrating and at its full resonance, you can use an oil and awareness to bring that energy level up, to bring that vibration up. And essential oils, as we know, those of us that love and use essential oils, is it's the essence or the neshama of the plant, the soul of the plant. And in Ayurveda and Vedic terms, it's called prana. So prana is energy. So the essential oil is the prana of the plant. And when we are needing to awaken and open a chakra, it's the prana is low in that energy system. So you're using the prana of the plant to bring up the energy or prana of the chakra. So, and one of the most powerful ways to do that with essential oil is to apply it topically to the center. But for the root chakra, that point's a little more intimate, if you will. So we're gonna smell it and not actually topically apply it. But the aroma is such a powerful way to strengthen the resonance or the vibration of the center, because just smelling it goes immediately into the nervous system. And with our awareness and the visualization that Ariela is going to lead us through, it'll take us to the focus of that chakra. So we're going to use frankincense for the root chakra. The reason why I chose this oil, and also why the book guides us with this oil, is that it allows you to let go of low vibrations, negative vibrations. So if you're in your root chakra feeling unaware of it completely, or negative feeling where you actually are maybe putting yourself down about how your appearance or your confidence, or you feel low in your confidence, or low in just um, the love of self, frankincense helps that. So frankincense increases, it lets go of negative lies and deceptions that you have maybe unconsciously about yourself. Maybe you're not aware of them, but they're there, or ones that you have consciously of yourself. It increases your trust in yourself and uh, Hashem, or that universal power, that divine power. And frankincense is specifically masculine power. So your relationship with the divine father, or Hashem in the world of Israel, I think is really kind of looked at as more of a masculine energy. And it also helps with healing your relationship with your earthly father, and if there was any um, trauma or healing that needs to go on there, because this is all about feeling safe and protected and trusting in yourself and the divine energies outside of yourself. So we're going to use this oil, a drop in our hand. I hope everybody has it with them. We're going to take, mine is completely empty. I got an empty bottle. I'm going to just shake it out. And so if you don't have frankincense, but you do have an essential oil, just use an essential oil so you can participate, and rub the frankincense in your hand. And I'm going to guide us through a couple breaths, and then Ariela is going to take over with the visualization. But when you're smelling an essential oil, it's good to cup your hands and place it over your nose for full inhalation through the nose. And then exhaling, open your hands to let the exhalation come out also through the nose. And then when you're ready to inhale, cup the hands again so you get the strength of the aroma. And we'll do that 3 more times. Just find the rhythm of your breath, breathing out, opening the hands softly. Breathing in, closing the hands, get the full aroma. 2 more breaths. Take your awareness down to that root chakra. So it's, for women, it's up inside the womb. And so imagine that you're down inside your pelvic floor, and take 1 more full breath. Let's take 1 more breath here and just get in touch with any sensations or feelings you have with your awareness in your root chakra down in your pelvic floor. And try to let go of any talk or words, and just understand and feel what it feels like to pay attention to your uterus, your womb. And then Ariela will lead us through a visualization.
So with this awareness, with your eyes closed if you prefer, with this beautiful awareness of your womb, just imagine a beautiful bowl in the center of your womb. This beautiful shining bowl, as if when you touched it, it made this vibrating, calming, healing sound. And then inside of the bowl, just repeat your name inside of your head 3 times. Your name is your sacred, unique sound. And so imagine as you call up your name, you're calling up your foundation. And inside of this bowl is a beautiful, beautiful red light shining brightly, opening you, your womb, to the awareness of this body. And inside this beautiful bowl are all the memories, are all the physical parts of being human. the positive and the negative, and everything in between. And so from this beautiful bowl, just finding a deep sense of gratitude, maybe even just imagining taking your palms to your chest and kind of namaste, and bringing your, just kind of like bringing your gratitude and your sense of deep awe to this bowl that holds so much of your life force. Watch how it holds you up no matter what. And then imagine from this bowl, beautiful white light, two beautiful white lights traveling from the bowl all the way down through the legs to the bottom of the feet, where there are two hidden chakras. This is your invitation to root down and to create a foundation for your body. And so as you open the doors to the bottom of your chakras, imagine them opening. Allow this light to travel into the earth as if you can see a crystal right in the center of the earth. Allow your light to travel to that beautiful crystal. I imagine that it smells like frankincense. Grounding, rooting. Frankincense feels like it's here for you. It's like it's got you. And so just for a moment, let your body feel protected, grounded, rooted, and loved. You are love. You are love. And just imagine inside of your body in that bowl, imagine stating to yourself, I release the limiting beliefs that I am not safe in my body, that I can't trust myself. My body is deserving of kindness and love. Take a deep breath in as if you're breathing in that frankincense, and just allow yourself to say, I'm alive and well. I am resilient and strong, and I am safe in my body. And then maybe place your hand on your womb if you have one. I don't know if there's any men here, but just place your hands at the bottom of your body, your root chakra, and take a deep breath in. And then allow yourself to slowly, slowly open your eyes as we head into the second chakra. This is the sacral chakra, or I call it sometimes the sensual chakra. And the sensual chakra, the sacral chakra, is like a roller coaster. So it's the invitation to acknowledge that we are human beings that have emotions. It is known often, I'm sure you've heard this from Kara, as like the center of pleasure and sensuality and sexuality and joy and creativity. And the invitation is to go a little bit deeper into the warmth of that orange color, and know that like that one of the elements that are seen as connected to the second chakra is water. Why water? Because we are always flowing. We are never stagnant unless we try and control our world, which is kind of like the negative aspect of the sacral chakra. But when we feel that flowing water within us, we do feel sensual and connected and vibrant and open. And then we have this emotional body. So along our path of sensuality and openness, we are being triggered. We are being triggered by others. We are being triggered by life. I mean, right now is just an intense moment. It's an intense year. Or maybe you just live in intensity, and you know what? Maybe you live in a place where it is intense. I know when I lived in Israel, my emotions were always roller coastering because of the energy of Israel. It's so powerful and beautiful. So my emotions had to kind of open to that. And so really this is an invitation to look at the hormonal roller coasters, the physical symptoms that you may present in your body, the emotional qualities of that, and to really start understanding that our emotions are our greatest friends. We often run from those scary things And what happens is that when we run from the scary ones, like I said, the 4 roots, when we run from the scary ones, we miss the joy because we shut our second chakra down and we put it on a clamp and we put a lock on it and we say, no, not going to feel it. And so what happens is, what we don't realize is that we just shut the joy down too. So pretty soon our world looks a little black and white, and the color has lost its vibrancy, and we've lost our vibrancy. And so the invitation for the second chakra is to love remember, the emotions are part of the physical body. So that's why we're including this in here. When we can allow our emotions to arise freely, feel the intense emotions, and then just and allow them to release, then we can remember that they are our friends, just like our body. It's all connected. You know, we don't live on an island. This is my body, this is my emotions, this is my soul. We are all connected. And so this is the invitation to really see how we can feel our emotions and open to that. I'm sure Kara is going to have a great oil for this because I want to learn about this. So we can play with this to help you enhance your emotional stability, emotionality, your water quality. And I always love this chakra. It's exciting when we work with our energy. Okay, go for it.
Yes, this is my favorite chakra too. Not surprising, since we're both very passionate and beautiful feminine. So the oil that we're going to use is jasmine. I love this oil. So the reason why I chose jasmine, and this isn't the first time that I've used this oil for chakra, our sacral chakra, is this one is specifically around beauty, femininity, and sexuality. And I think now that I'm back in the United States, you know, sexuality is sometimes you. It's the United States is just in general, and I think I can make this statement, this general statement, and be accurate. Is it's just a little more uptight and controlled, and the passion is always kind of muted. Unlike my 8 years in Israel, like, and I have all my kids are for sure Israeli. They really, I see it here in the United States because they talk and they're passionate and they use their hands, and like Americans think all my kids are really loud, and I'm like, oh, I just thought that's how all kids were, but now that I'm here, I'm like, and so I really want to take this moment to say that women are emotional. We have every range of the emotions. And in the past, that was kind of looked at as negative, like, oh, you're getting emotional. Oh, you're crying. Don't cry. Why are you crying? You know, and it's like, it's it's part of our strength to be emotional and to be able to express it in a safe way. Um, and so jasmine is about embracing your emotions and not pushing them down and blocking them. Um, it's it increases your ability to move through life with grace, and really start to adopt that word, that you are graceful. You are grace. Your emotions are graceful. You're beautiful from the inside out, and your emotions are beautiful. Passion is beautiful. Angry passion is beautiful. Loving passion is beautiful. Um, Sexual passion is beautiful, and being okay with that and not giving it a negative connotation. Um, and so for women to really embrace their passion and how that expresses in their passion for life, their creativity, what's your purpose and how are you expressing it? Are you expressing it with passion, and are you inspired by your purpose? And and then sexually, are you able to express yourself sexually with your partner? um, and that contributes to this chakra energy, like, and contributes to how you feel about yourself positively. Like, do you, so jasmine helps you to increase your positive experiences in the bedroom, in your intimate life, to express it in a healthy, passionate, creative way and not have any negativity around it, whether it's from outside sources that say like that's not okay, or maybe it's yourself, maybe it was the way you were brought up from your parenting, your mother, your father, to not express, that you just don't talk about sex, and you don't even, and and therefore you're muted in your intimate life. So jasmine is about arousing that deep, healthy passion that's in you, and to be able to share it with your partner and yourself. Um, and then the last thing about jasmine is there's many of us that are maybe on this call, that have had trauma in our second chakra, sexual trauma or just psychological trauma. And jasmine helps to release that trauma. Like, you don't even, you maybe you're aware of it or maybe you're not, but jasmine can help you to release any blocks or trauma that's occurred, so that you can really express yourself in a safe, healthy way, sexually, and just as a confident woman in the world. So let's experience jasmine. So in this work, you can apply it topically to this, they call it anointing the chakra. So the spot for the chakra, for the second chakra, is right on the pubic bone. Probably won't do that on the recording today, but but after a shower, but like before the evening, you could place a little bit right over the pubic bone and right underneath the navel for a topical anointment of the chakra. And then I always encourage smelling it. So then I would um, apply it to the wrists, or I call it the décolleté right here on the chest, if you want your partner to enjoy it as well. But for today, let's do it on the wrist and maybe up into the hands, so we can actually smell it for the visualization. And if you don't have jasmine, ylang-ylang is a close second, or any of the flowers. And just use an oil so you can actively participate. And again, we'll go into the breath exercise of cupping the hands over the nose, a strong inhalation of the aroma, and then a long, deep breath out. You can breathe out through the nose or the mouth. Just make sure you open your hands. And we're going to stay here for 5 more breaths. Deep breath in, close the hands so you get a strong sense of the aroma. And breathing out. Take your awareness and your focus to your second chakra. Physically, it presents on the pubic bone and that whole circumference of the body. And let's take 3 more breaths here. And take these 3 breaths to let go of any words or ideas that you have in your head, and try to empty the mind and go into the feeling of the second chakra. So if this is new to you, it may take some time to let go of the mind and notice any sensations around the pubic bone.
And as you have and bring your awareness to the sensual, sacred second chakra, just imagine a beautiful waterfall just spilling out of your second chakra, filling all the spaces. Listen to the sound of the water. Allow the water to be flowing and fluid and beautiful and divine. And notice as you just bring your awareness down into the core, the root of the water. Notice any emotions that just gently want to arise and flow with this river. if there were an emotion inside, deep inside this second chakra, what would that emotion be? Just name it in your head. And just take a deep breath into your beautiful flowing water river of emotions. So I can just naturally feel my body want to move. So if you feel like your body just slowly wants to sway back and forth, just allowing yourself to flow with the water-like quality of your emotion. As you feel that emotion and name it and become aware of it, imagine that you pulled a lid off of that emotion, as if there were an emotion underneath that. What would that emotion be? And take a deep breath into that emotion, more of a core or root emotion. And let yourself swim in this body of water. Allow yourself to not get caught up in the emotions that may be flooding you. They may be intense, or maybe you're having a hard time feeling them. Either one is okay. It's all acceptable. And just let yourself be. Water quality, the element of water teaches us to just flow with whatever arises because we trust that it will dissipate, it will be released. And so just begin building this sense of trust with your sensual chakra. And take another deep breath in and maybe cup your hands over your mouth again to breathe in the scent of jasmine, allowing it to become alive and awakened, blooming with possibilities, blooming with your divine feminine qualities. And then slowly, slowly repeat to yourself, if you feel comfortable with it, I walk away from any body battlefield that I may have. I own and love the energy and flow in my body. I nourish my body. I awaken to the divine feminine flowing within me. Just take a deep breath there. Really hold up all those affirmations. And then slowly open your eyes when you're ready. I can't stop moving with the water. And so let's travel. I can feel now the sun quality of that third chakra wanting to come in strongly. So the third chakra, and I'm going to let Kara tell you where it is and how to find it and with the oil. So we're just going to go into the third chakra. The third chakra is this beautiful, so the second chakra was orange, the first chakra is red, the third chakra is yellow. And I can feel the sunlight quality. It's just really bright. And it's really your invitation when you think about your connection to your body and all the things and emotions and qualities that live inside of our bodies. It's perhaps one of the most powerful invitations to own yourself. I see it as almost lion-like, this lioness or this lion quality of not overpowering people and just pummeling over them, but really when we own our bodies and we own our space in the world, there is no need to raise our voices to pummel over everybody. I'm sure, I mean, I know that in my navigating my spiritual journey, there are times when I've really worked with the chakra and I've just become this overbearing, controlling, you will hear me, the kind of lioness person. I mean, Ariela is, that's what I embody. But really, as we work with the third chakra, is this idea of healthy boundaries, this idea of standing in your worthiness. I see it as like standing so strong and tall that life can come blowing past you, the everything of life, right? All of it can just be like this wind trying to get at you to knock you down, and you're still standing because that's who you are. And it's so beautiful when we can come to a place in our lives to start owning it. And it can be done on micro levels. You don't have to feel that macro yet. You know, maybe we're never there. It's a journey. But this is an invitation to really arise and look at ways in which you don't feel connected to yourself. Perhaps you do have poor body image. Perhaps you think of your body as more of a machine or a thing than actually this deep connection. Perhaps you don't feel worthy or whole. A lot of us with third chakra issues have digestive issues and adrenal fatigue. I've had that for years, and I've had many times when I've healed it, and then life has come and tried to knock me down, and I'd have to deal with it again. So limiting beliefs are kind of the root cause of our unworthiness in this chakra. And it's really an invitation to explore our disempowering beliefs and to stand to them and say that they don't make up who we are. They don't get a say. Our soul says who we are. And so if you imagine connecting to your soul through this chakra, you are a beautiful shining sun. That's who we are all meant to be. No matter what has happened to you, no matter what the childhood you had, no matter the traumas and all of the stuff of life, you are still goodness. You are still sunshine, and you still have an opportunity to awaken to your beautiful lioness, empowering self. And so I'm going to let Kara continue with the oil now.
Okay, the oil we're going to use is wild orange. If you don't have wild orange, choose a citrus. There's some similarities among all the citruses for this third chakra. The reason why I chose wild orange specifically is this oil is about inspiring the mindset of abundance and worthiness. That word specifically, because we're talking about this chakra and really connecting to our worth and our value, that you're a unique expression put on this planet at this time to share what you've come here to share. And I know that for a lot of us, that's a lifelong journey of figuring that out. But being fully connected to you and loving you and accepting you for your unique, beautiful self is the number one step to sharing your purpose. Your purpose is you. You're supposed to be here. You're supposed to be the kind, beautiful woman that you are, and that should be your first and foremost way of sharing, is loving yourself, being yourself, and expressing it fully. And so wild orange is all about that, letting go of what's called scarcity mindset. And it can be scarcity mindset in this bigger picture, but let's bring it to the focus of this chakra in you, is believing that you're not enough, you don't know enough, you're not beautiful enough, you're not smart enough, you're not patient enough, like letting go of any of that type of language and just using the language and the mindset of you're perfect, you're worthy. By fully expressing yourself, you're accomplishing your main mission. And the other beautiful thing about wild orange is that it really is about being in touch with your inner child and getting in touch with the spontaneity that's you. I mean, you think about our kids or kids in general, they never have this questioning of like, who am I? What's my purpose? What am I supposed to be doing? They're just being. They're being who they're meant to be. And that's what our job is too, our job is to get back in touch with our inner child, and that child that had no limitations. They could do anything and everything and accomplish it all and be in the moment. So wild orange is about that. vibrating. So the final phrase that I want you to really connect to is vibrating the energy of limitless. You're limitless. You have no limits. Anything and everything that you desire to be, you are. So let's use the oil. So anointing it topically, you can take a little drop on your finger. Here we can stay still modest in applying it because it's just below the belly button. And you can just do a little circle around the belly button. Or wait, it's above the belly button, solar plexus. Yeah, sorry. So just move your hand up and the oil with you, and it's right above the belly button and below the rib cage, so right in that solar plexus area. And then take another drop, a full drop into the palm of your hand. And so other words that are associated with wild orange is joy and ease. So really moving into connecting with your full being with joy and ease. So let's go into that same breath exercise, cupping the hands over the nose. For a big, strong inhalation, opening the hands, letting go. How do you breathe naturally? If it comes through the mouth, go ahead and let it exhale through the mouth. But again, breathing in through the nose. Cup the hands for a strong aroma. And then letting the breath out through the hands. Through your mouth or nose, it's okay. And staying here for 3 to 5 more deep breaths. Awareness is at your solar plexus. Ariela said the color is yellow, so you can imagine a yellow golden ring around your solar plexus, and it hugs your entire center body. And keep breathing into that as you let go of any thoughts or words in the mind. And go into your feeling and sense of feeling around the center of our body. So many times, for some, it may feel tight at first, like there's this tension in the breath and the diaphragm. See if you notice that and let it go. And stay in this feeling space as Ariela leads us through the visualization.
And so just imagine sitting in this beautiful, powerful sun filled with your limitlessness, your joy, your possibility. And begin to open your palms by your side if you'd like to, or on your lap. And so we're going to do a little exercise to really help enhance those possibilities. So imagine on your left hand is this yellow sun, this yellow ball. And in your left hand is an old belief. Perhaps you found it in childhood and it stayed with you ever since, or you acquired it in your adulthood life. What limiting belief comes up when I ask you to place it in your left hand? And just let it be here for a moment, surrounded by the sun. And in your right hand is another beautiful yellow sun shining brightly. And inside this beautiful yellow sun is your soul self, your empowered, positive, powerful self. What statement can you create now to let it speak to that limiting belief? What arises for you here? What strong, powerful statement can you make? So for example, if let's say I said I'm unworthy, in my left hand, in my right hand, I would say, I am full of divine worthiness. I see my worthiness in every aspect of my life. I own my own body. I own my spirit. I own myself. And then allow these suns to start to merge. So taking your hands below or above your belly button, placing both hands in front of them, knowing for a moment that you are human, that it is human to have limiting beliefs. They're here to be given to the sun. They're here to be healed. They're here because you're a human being. So let the limiting belief now integrate into the positive belief. Let the sun grow bigger so that it holds both. And slowly, slowly let that positive belief get bigger and stronger. So big, bright, and strong that it just melts the limiting belief, just naturally, easily lets it just soften. And imagine living from this place, this strong, centered place. And perhaps now opening your palms to just receive the divine messages, the love, the empowered feelings from your spirit, from your soul, and from the divine herself. And take a deep breath in. And then as you exhale, slowly, slowly, I like to sometimes rub my palms together after this. Just rubbing your palms together if it feels okay for you. And begin to open your eyes. And so that concludes the portion of our talk today. So I'm going to let Kara kind of take over from here. But I hope you learned a lot and experienced a lot from everything. And while Kara talks, I'm going to put in the chat I have I have a chakra affirmation sheet that is yours to take home. And I also have a link to a sacred body program that I offer on my website. So if you're interested, you can click on that link. And if you're interested in diving more into your sacred body, that's an option too.
Great. Okay. Great. So she's going to put that up. Let me pin the video. So just to review the 3 chakras, it was the root chakra, and exploring your foundation and how it contributes to your identity as a strong female. And the essential oil that we used was frankincense, to let go of any negativity or self-deception or self-sabotage that you might be doing. And then focusing on the positive attributes of yourself, trusting in yourself, trusting in the divine source, whether we look at it as Hashem or just the divine universal power, trusting in that to support you, keep you safe, and keep you moving forward with your soul purpose and as a feminine, and loving yourself. 2 was the sacral chakra, and the understanding it from your emotions and accepting your emotions, fully expressing them, and not looking at them negatively, and allowing that to take you into more love for yourself, more love for others, and using the oil jasmine. And so again, at night, you can place it on that chakra after a bath or a shower, placing it right over the pubic bone and just above, below the belly button, and then using it on your wrists before you go to bed. One other place that's wonderful to put it at night is on your face, because it has lots of regenerating properties to it for your skin health. And then you're smelling it all night. You don't want to put it on your face during the day because it can cause a sunburn, but at night it's safe. And this is to elevate your grace, your beauty, your sexual power, your sexual depth. And then helping you to explore that in your intimacy with yourself and with your partner. Um, there is something really true to a good sex life. Really, it vibrates in your being. It vibrates like you feel beautiful when you are satisfied and passionate in your life. And your husband or partner will also love that aspect of you. So that's jasmine. It also helps with any type of trauma healing. And then third chakra, solar plexus, right above the diaphragm and the belly button. You can apply it. Again, wild orange can cause a sunburn, so you want to do it if you're not sunbathing. You want to keep your shirt over that area. You can apply it directly, or you can have it in a diffuser, so you're smelling it throughout your work day or your day at home. And this inspires abundance and worthiness and getting in touch with your inner child. And an inner child, that inner child can do no wrong. They know exactly why they're here and how they're supposed to be in the world. So getting in touch with that for yourself. So I'm going to stop the recording and open it up to questions. Thank you so much. This is the Feminine Sacred Body, Chakras and Essential Oils, Part 1. And next week will be Part 2 to finish the 4th through 7th chakra. Please ask any questions or give us any feedback. Thank you. Bye.